R.I.P. to the competition.
Funeral. Yeah. I got him. Shout out to my enemies, shout out my competitors, shout out to my mini-me's. I hope you do better, bro. Better me, better you, etc., etc. Shout out to the followers, I will stay ahead of you.
And I'm back once again. It's the Uncle with another dope album to review. Sorry for the wait, so I guess I'm on my Lil Wayne. This was supposed to be posted a few days ago, so I really apologize to y'all, but I did have some technical difficulties. Today I am here to talk about my man Raekwon's new album, F.I.L.A. F.I.L.A. International Luxurious Arts, okay? But before we get into that, y'all know how I do. I gotta tell y'all about the other great pickups that I picked up this week. We'll go a little bit before that. This week I was having this discussion on one of these social media sites, and me and this boy is going back and forth about Young Thug, the Barter Six, okay? So he's telling me, the reason for the go back and forth. First off, I posted this picture, okay? So he's telling me that the Barter Six, anytime a guy, I actually brought up about music being an art form, and he's telling me, yeah, well, anytime you get together and you create something, it's a form of art. You don't understand the scat language. You don't understand the gang community down in Atlanta, and that's for them guys, and this and that. And I was just trying to explain to him. I said, listen, when you making music, it should be, you should supposed to have different styles to try to reach any and everybody, you know what I mean? And to me, Young Thug just does not make good music, you know what I mean? And you can comment below and let me know how y'all feel, but that's just my opinion. And as I go around the world and I look at the people who have listened to Young Thug, these are some of the results.
Everything in motion. I play first base, I play quarterback, I play point guard, I'm coaching. Feeling good, living right. Superman, no kryptonite. No kryptonite, girl, you gon' get some dick tonight. Then I'm going tomorrow on the plane.
Okay, so now let me get into some of the great pickups that I got this week. Alright, a nice guy that I picked up, he's out of Atlanta, rapper / singer, F.I.L.A. My first time actually listening to him, I was quite surprised. He's actually really good, kind of reminiscent of a Drake, and I do hear some influences of little Michael Jackson, some Usher in there, but you can tell this guy has had his earbuds in, listening to some good R&B / rap music. The album is called AUAR, A-U-A-R, and it's a very nice, smooth album, and its name actually stands for Every Life Has an Ending. So a nice little acronym, somebody that actually has a little bit of substance. But a couple tracks I like on this album. A track called Halfway Love. It has a nice little excerpt from Michael Jackson in there. Another track I really enjoyed is a track called Take Time For You. He has a nice smooth vocal tone on that, and he's just basically talking about making a little bit of time for the young lady that he's dealing with, despite of everything that's going on around him. So I really enjoy that. Another nice standout track for me is a track called Situations, and Situations, it has like this little excerpt from Usher in there, which I really think is smooth. It doesn't sound like Usher. It's Usher's words, and the tempo and everything is the same, but it's his vocals which actually make it pretty smooth. But he actually's talking about getting his heart broke, You know, and at the beginning he says something like it's not like a diss song, or maybe it is. You know, he's talking to the girl about breaking his heart. So that's a really, really dope track, and it's a really, really nice album for the ladies or dudes. You know what I mean? Because he does rap on there too. And if you like people like Drake, and you know, you would enjoy that album. Okay, another dope album that you guys have to pick up, okay? This guy, Dub, from the West Coast, okay? He used to be down with Black Wall Street, an amazing MC. And you do not want to miss out on this album called Perfect Timing. And Dub's been around for a few years. You know, he was introduced to me by The Game. But this album, Perfect Timing, first off, you gotta look at the album cover, okay? The album cover is like his head to the side, and it has like the Bloods and the Crips like aiming a gun at each other, and I guess it's him like he's part of the Bloods, and in the top of the brain it's like he's running from the police, and then it goes down to like the front of the face, and the crowd is the beard where he's performing. It's just a hot album cover that is completely different from a lot of the album covers that are out. But in any case, a couple of tracks I want to bring out. Actually, he has some good production on here too. He did tracks with Duke De Niro, League of Stars is really dope, and Cypher. If you guys are familiar, some really good producers out there that a lot of people don't know about. But he begins the album with a track called Out the Mud. You know, a nice intro basically into what the album is about to be about. The album actually does have a nice concept. Once again, you know, about uplifting the black community or his community, or you know, making people aware just in general. My Day is a really nice track that I enjoy, basically talking about being successful and never going back to you know, the stresses that come with living in the urban community. A lot of people don't know about this guy, Emilio Rojas, but he has a track with Emilio Rojas called Doubt Demons. And I mean, this track is just, it's crazy, okay? It talks about the evil spirits that try to pull you back into a negative way of living, you know, in different forms that they may come. Another track, Middle America, featuring Jake and Papa. Oh man, if you don't know who Jake and Papa is, you really need to get your ears to the street. They make some really dope R&B / love music, and they got a nice marriage with Dub. That's actually the way that I found out about them, from Game, then Dub, through, and then I got the Jake and Papa, so which is just so hot. Another track that you please don't miss this track. A track called Pretend. This track features Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, Fred the Godson. Yo, that's all I can say. It just talks about your pretend friends, your pretend homies, you know, and there have been other tracks like this, but you know, this is really just the way that the lyrics are laid out. You can just imagine with Crooked and Joel and Dub, you know, it's just hot. Crooked has a line where he says, you know, we always talking about the white man stabbing us in the back, and he like, the last time I got stabbed in the back, it was a black man's hand on a knife, man. You know, so that's just straight up honest and real. So I gotta shout out Dub for at least having that. You gotta have respect for them to wanna bang with you. And a nice track called Mastermind is really good. The album is just really so dope. So shout out to Dub for that. Thank you for that. Keeping our attention. Now, let's get into my man Raekwon the Chef. F.I.L.A International Luxurious Arts, okay? We all know Raekwon's background, part of the Wu-Tang, Cuban links, you know, classics after classic after classics, even Lost Jewelry. If you guys don't know about that mixtape, is a classic, okay? I was kind of surprised on this album It doesn't have any production by the RZA. He used Scram Jones on a few tracks. He used Scoop DeVille on a couple. Blue Rocks did some production on here. So it's a really dope album, I can say. Now, you know, Raekwon is up there. He's 45 years old and he's still putting out quality music that everybody can relate to, young and old. And he got he begins the album with 4 in the morning. If you're familiar with how him and Ghostface do when they get together, they always begin these albums where they're, you know, it's either some type of setup or some type of story involved. So that's how they did this with this 4 in the morning. I'll let you guys listen to that and decipher that. I Got Money featuring ASAP. You know, that's okay. I mean, you know, that age difference. You know, the chorus with the little kids singing. It's, you know, it's all right. I could tell you. I mean, the bars are not. It's no problem with the bars, but you know, the production on that, I can't say that I really enjoyed. Wall to Wall, featuring French Montana and Busta Rhymes, and I'm just not a fan of French Montana. And Busta Rhymes been spitting the same for the past, like, you know, 10 years now. So I'm a little sick and tired of that. But the feature track, I mean the album F.I.L.A, featuring 2 Chainz, I could tell you that actually I was surprised. That's a great marriage. It fits really good. You know, so, you know, capturing the old heads' attention along with the people that follow 2 Chainz. That's really dope. Okay. And the beat is so hot. It actually sounds like you finished a Final Fantasy game or something. 1212 featuring Snoop Dogg. I can tell you that beat is so crazy, and the way that they ride the beat is so hot. And I haven't been digging Snoop, you know, lately either, with the freestyling and just, you know, thinking you could say whatever, but he actually does pretty good on here. And when you hear Ghostface in the back just hyping up the flow, it just makes the song so dope. Live to Die is another track that I enjoy. I can tell you a track called Soundboy Kill It. I'm not feeling that. I think that had Melanie Fiona on it or whatever, but I wasn't really feeling that. But I can tell you a hot track, Revelry. Revelry is a dope track featuring Rick Ross and Ghostface. And you can say what you want about Rick Ross. Everybody try to front on Rick Ross. Everybody try to say Rick Ross ain't this. But why do the greats always want to work with Rick Ross? You know, so this is just another one in Rick Ross, Raekwon, you know, that's worked with Rick. So All About You is another track that I like, featuring F.I.L.A. And then he just ends the album, you know, with and that All About You. I'm telling you, when at the beginning I'm like, well, where is this going? But the beat is crazy. The tuba, I think it's a tuba, but when that drum start hitting, it captivates you. I'm telling you, it actually gets you. Nautilus, you know, so going on, you know, on the back end of the album. But I can tell you, it's a solid album. It's not one of Ray's best work, okay? So I'm going to rate this album, alright? You know, when I go back and look at his catalog and to where he's at now, I have to give this album a solid 3, okay? So that's it. That's all I got to say. And I always say, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know so I can get it on this channel for y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care.